Good afternoon, my crypto degens. How are you doing this fine afternoon? I am sick. My throat is killing me. I'm tired, but I had to send you some crypto love today, like I do every day, even though only 2 or 3 people watch it. So yeah, the market is dumping today a little bit. That's great. I bought some. I took advantage and did some more stocking up. My normal DCA. I love the DCA when it's cheap. So that's great. Great news. Yesterday we were talking about how the SEC, or the U.S. government, had decided that most cryptos, established crypto coins, blockchains, were commodities and not securities. But I didn't explain why that's a good thing, right? And kind of like the main reason it's a good thing is that there's not all the, like, you don't have to follow so many rules and regulations and disclosures and all these things when you're a commodity. So let's get to like a better definition here. Okay, so when you classify a crypto asset as a commodity rather than a security, this has significant regulatory and market implications, primarily in the United States. So you have a lighter regulatory burden. That's what I was trying to say in a very unarticulate way. Commodities, they're regulated by the CFTC, face fewer disclosure and registration requirements. Securities, regulated by the SEC, must comply with strict rules, registration, investor disclosures, reporting, and ongoing compliances. So the benefit is that crypto projects avoid costly and complex processes. Now, I mean, just the thing that I like about crypto is that anybody can make a coin. Like, you don't have to make a sophisticated coin or a useful coin. You can make just a coin that represents what you're doing, like I did, and anybody can buy it. So it's like anybody can participate in your company, or anybody can participate in your business like they would buy a stock. But it's just super simple. You just get on the blockchain. You send your money to whatever network it's on, like in this case Sol, and then you can just buy whatever you want. And so if someone's business does well, and the price goes up, then you make money. I mean, this is a great system. So if they're not making it complicated, then it still has this free flowing nature about it. But if they make everything complicated, then you're not gonna be able to do this anymore. So let's see. Then you also have easier exchange listings. Securities can only trade on registered securities exchanges or alternative trading systems. Commodities can trade more freely on crypto exchanges. Tokens are easier to list, access, and trade globally. And then you have reduced legal risk. If a token is deemed a security, issuers may face lawsuits or enforcement actions for unregistered offerings. This is something that was happening. Like the SEC was suing, like crypto companies, like XRP and there was it was a lose-lose situation. Commodities are generally open to retail participants, and then you're probably gonna have wider adoption and liquidity. And then you have flexibility in the token design. Securities are tied to investment contracts. Commodities are treated as assets with intrinsic or market-driven value. The benefit for projects can focus on utility without being structured as investment vehicles. Okay, so I had to step out there for a minute. I'm back. I just recorded a whole segment, and I wasn't recording. I just spoke for like 20 minutes. Anyways, so this is great news for crypto. This is great news for being able to buy any crypto you want. So crypto assets are commodities for the most part, anything that's established. And also we see here from Muse, she said the SEC just labeled tokenized memes as digital collectibles, but not a security. So how are we feeling about this? Well, this is great because you can buy a meme, you can buy any coin like a meme, and it's not a security. You can just hold it, you can buy it, you can sell it. You don't have any extra rules or regulations. Anyone can create one. That's the way crypto was meant to be. It's like for the little guy. You can do things easily. There's no rules. There's nothing that says you have to be a accredited investor and all this stuff. No, it's just smooth and easy. So that's really awesome. And then NFTs too. Imagine NFTs are digital collectibles as well. So next order of business. Senator Loomis just revealed a game-changing plan. Every U.S. bank could offer Bitcoin to customers by the end of 2026, despite $100 million in lobbying pushback. That's incredible. Despite lobbying, because I hate government. There's just so much corruption. Just everyone is bought and sold. So I mean, imagine every bank is offering crypto. That's just amazing. Imagine how many people are going to own Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin is going to be worth in the future. And I'm sure it's not just going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be other assets. We're going to have like the blue chips, and they're going to be in there too. Okay, BTC fair value is currently 165,000. I don't know where he gets this number from. So I think he just kind of pulled it out of his butt and to make it sound like it's really cheap right now, which, I think with everything happening, it's going to go up a lot, but I don't know. Okay, so we have crypto market momentum is accelerating. Crypto funds recorded 1.06 billion in inflows last week, the highest since the third week of January. This marks the third consecutive weekly intake, bringing a total to 2.8 billion. And this covers most of the 3.9 billion in outflows from the prior 5 weeks. So I feel like the ETFs, it hasn't made crypto more stable. It's just like Bitcoin goes down, they sell the ETFs. Bitcoin goes up, they buy the ETFs. But it brings a lot more people into the market. So I think it's a net positive for sure. So Crypto Wendy O says that Evernorth files Form S4 for SPAC merger to go public and launch a 1 billion XRP treasury on NASDAQ. So you can buy an XRP treasury on NASDAQ. That's very bullish for you XRP fans out there. American Bitcoin ABTC has surged into the top 16 Bitcoin holders with approximately 6,898 BTCs, surpassing Galaxy Digital. With bold mining operations and strategic acquisitions, they are creating a new blueprint for corporate treasuries in the crypto space. If you don't know the Trumps, these are Trump's sons. The Trumps were debanked. Basically, they have a big business. They build skyscrapers all around the world. They employ thousands of people, and basically the banks, because of politics. This was like in Trump's first term when like everyone was being bullied not to support him or not to say I like Trump or whatever. And so all the banks said, look, we're not offering your services. So like the Trumps, they had to make payrolls, pay all their employees, and they had all the loans for their projects, and the banks were just like, no, we're debanking you. So that's what triggered them going all into crypto. So they got pissed. Trump won the election. And so if the Trump sons are all into crypto, that Trump is going to do everything in favor of crypto. So I mean, they've got the Bitcoin mining company, they've got the DeFi company, 𝗨𝗏𝗃 Finance. I don't know. Anyways, they got two big things that I know of. BNB chain continues to do over 500,000 daily AI agent transactions and currently leads both Ethereum base with the number of deployed AI agents. That's a surprise. I didn't know BNB had that many agents on it. BNB is a very good chain, very, very good chain. I had it before and I sold it because I was impatient. Everything else was going up. It didn't go up, and then it went up big time after I sold it. I would love to have it again, but it's too expensive right now. Other chains, other great chains are very cheap right now compared to BNB. BNB is not really cheap right now, but it's a great coin. I don't think you can go wrong with BNB. You can buy it now. It's still a good coin. One of Web3's most influential operators in the East, 𝗪𝗔𝗶𝘁𝗁, has signed a partnership to accelerate growth in the Avalanche ecosystem. So 𝗪𝗔𝗶𝘁𝗁, I believe, is the company that made 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗃 Infinity. If you don't know, 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗃 Infinity was the most popular. It was a big first play-to-earn game. A lot of people, like kids in third world countries, were making a fortune playing. And so they would get paid out in whatever the coin was. I forgot what the coin of 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗃 Infinity was. I think one was like Love Potion or something. I don't know. But all these games were Ponzi schemes because they would create tokens out of nothing. So they would it was just constant inflation. And then the money would come from new people coming in. So the people who are playing the game were getting paid, and then the money keeping the thing going were the new players coming in. So eventually it just crashed and burned like all play-to-earn Ponzi schemes did. And I know because I was in one. I got in a little late. I was making a lot of money the first 2 weeks, and then my NFT that I paid a fortune for just became worthless in a matter of like 2 weeks, basically. So because no new people were coming in, it just breaks after a little bit. Strategy is now 23,000 Bitcoin away from surpassing BlackRock as the largest Bitcoin holder. I feel like I'm always talking about strategy. Every single feed, every single recording, he's like the poster child. He's the cheerleader for crypto, for Bitcoin more. So Luxy says, how can I sleep when some kid turned 79 cents into 858,000? And then someone asked Grog, is this real? Grog says, yes, he thinks it's real. So I don't know what meme coin this was, but this has to be a meme coin that went parabolic, and he must have bought right in the very beginning when it had no market cap. Insane. This does not happen every day. This is winning a lottery ticket. Imagine investing $80 billion in a project, changing your entire company name and brand, $3 billion cost, and then canning the entire project. That's what happened at Meta with the metaverse. There was a big, crazy hype in 2021, the beginning of 2022, about the metaverse. Like, everyone's going to live in these digital worlds, and they're going to have all these experiences. And I was like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, people are just going to go to, like they would say, people are going to go to work in the metaverse. You know, you'll be able to, you know, connect to your office, and you'll sit in your pretend chair, and like, dude, who's gonna do this? It didn't make any sense. And Facebook went crazy. Mark Zuckerberg went crazy. They changed their name to Meta, and they wanted to build this big metaverse. It was all a waste of time, basically. And at that time, there was like big hype. I had Sandbox, and Sandbox went like through the roof. Unfortunately, I didn't have Gala. Gala really went through the roof. And then I realized I kept buying Sandbox after the market crashed. I started buying it, you know, cheap. And then I found out that there was only 13 users a day on Sandbox. Sandbox is like a metaverse game where you can kind of build your own worlds and build your own games within the game. I was like, 13 users a day? This is garbage. No one's using it. I sold it. Like, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So Irene Zhao, I don't know if that's how you say her name. Hey, so what happened to the house I bought in the metaverse? Commenting the Facebook thing again. Yeah, I did the same thing. I spent like $400 on a land on some stupid game. I mean, everything was going up. You know, it was just, everybody was making a lot of money. And you just kind of had to throw money at stuff and see what would hit. And the 400 was like, what? I didn't have like hundreds of thousands, but 400 was like nothing. Just because it was like whatever you did, everything would go up. And then, you know, it just crashed and burned. All these games crashed and burned. This was more play to earn. Bitcoin, just hodl it. Cool graphic. Although I'm not a fan of Nike anymore. Nike was my favorite brand when I was little. I would love to get Nike shoes, Nike t-shirts. Because Nike meant, like, you know, superiority. Like, they would put, like, the best athletes on their ads. And then they just went woke. They just went 100% woke, and it wasn't the same. So I don't know why brands do this. I don't, just stay out of politics. Stay the F out of politics. So Lark Davis says, most people sold the bottom. The ones who didn't are about to find out why patience was the whole strategy. Bear markets aren't the end of the trade, they're the entry point. Those who held through the chaos will eat good. I don't know what that means. That's just how this works. Are you still in? Oh man, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm in 100%. Everything is super cheap. Everything is going great for crypto. Laws, adoption, all the stuff that we wanted to happen is happening. The prices are still incredibly good. Every time we dip, I buy some more. Fortunately, I have some money to buy some now. I don't always, but now I do. And so I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this. And I don't mind if it stays cheap for a while. I just keep buying more. I DCA. I keep accumulating. I'm only buying good coins. I'm not risking on any smaller ones. I'm buying coins that I know, like, at least, you know, 75% of the coins for sure are gonna still do well in the future because they have so much adoption. So that's it for today. Hope you have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.